I go, here I go. Yeah, here I go, here I go.
Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of The Take with Jackson Blue. I can't even say my own name right now. Jackson Burleson, of course. I'm your host right here. I actually can say the name, but we have a lot to dive into today's podcast. But first of all, we got to let you know to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also like this video and also share it with everybody you may know, because we're trying to have fun here. We're trying to talk about all kinds of topics. We got the Pete Rose being eligible for the Hall of Fame discussion coming up as well. And also our NBA conference finals are set. We are ready for some playoff basketball. And then also the NFL schedule came out, and we'll give you my early top 5 matchups of the season. I know that's a lot, but let's go ahead and get into this pod right now with my top 5 NFL games for the 2025 season. Holy crap. We are going to go ahead and dive right into this because we got some good games. In the first game, and my number 1 for the season for the 2025 year, is the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles, week 1 in Philly. It's going to be the bright lights. You're going to see Dallas back, George Pickens showcasing that new receiver we got going on. And then we're going to be playing the defending champs. It's banner night. We are going to have a lot of pressure on our hands that night. And the Cowboys against the Eagles, they haven't had much luck as of recently. They've lost 4 of the last 6 matchups. We didn't win one last year. So there's that. That'll be a test. I'm looking forward to that game. The hype for that game is just going to be insane. America's team versus the Super Bowl champs. You can't write a script better than that for week 1, because you already know these week 1 games in the NFL, they just hold so much weight in the regular season. The hype is insane, and I'm excited for that game. I'm excited to see what this Cowboys offense can do against an Eagles defense that was the best in football last year, and I want to see what they can do, because it's always Cowboys can they win the Super Bowl? Will they win the Super Bowl? Well, week 1, we're about to get a taste of what the Dallas Cowboys are going to be looking like against the defending champs. Now, number 2 on my list, we got another one. Week 1, Sunday Night Football. It's Ravens versus Bills. Playoff rematch in the AFC Divisional. That is going to be fireworks at its finest. Derrick Henry just re-signed for a 2-year, $30 million extension. Ravens got DeAndre Hopkins. But you also got the Buffalo Bills debuting Joey Bosa. So that's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait for that matchup. Sunday Night Football, the hype again. That's why I'm picking that one. And then number 3, Week 10, Lions at Commanders. We all know what happened the last time these two played in the playoffs. The Commanders wiped the floor with them. I mean, they destroyed this team, and they added Deebo Samuel in the offseason. But it will be very interesting to see the Lions come back. They're healthy. Aiden Hutchinson will be back by week 10. I'm pretty sure he'll be back. And this defense will be fully healthy as well. So that'll be a fun game to watch, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Commanders year 2 with Jaden Daniels, seeing what they can do. And I wonder what they'll be like at week 10 at this point in the season. I know these games and this list is very, very early, but this is just first look. No games have been played yet. Nothing is happening in the offseason when it comes to training camp and things like that. So that's what we're looking at. And now, number 4, Bengals at Ravens. We know how good these games were last year. I mean, these teams were putting up an insane amount of points when they played each other last year. Joe Burrow was having some amazing games. Amazing games. These games last year were fun to watch, man. And I'm excited because the Bengals, their 2 receivers are happy. They're paid. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, they got their money. Now we're just waiting on Trey Hendrickson. He's still holding out. He wants a new deal after having, which I don't blame this guy. 17 and a half sacks for the past 2 seasons. That's pretty dang good. I think you got to pay the man, but that's box office. And that's on Thanksgiving, week 13. So the hype for that game is going to be insane too. I'm looking at these games from a hype perspective and also just the matchups in general. I think that is the criteria of my list. And number 5, we got another Bengals game. Bengals at Bills. Now, there's some playoff history when it comes to this. The last time the Bengals and Bills played it in the playoffs and in Buffalo, we all know what happened in that game. And Joe Burrow showed up. And I'm just very excited to see the NFL season. There's a lot of good games that I didn't mention on this list that probably could be on here, but when it gets closer to football season, we'll do a deeper dive into a lot of these matchups. But one more thing when it comes to NFL, Brock Purdy, he signs a 5-year, $265 million contract with the Niners, and $181 million is guaranteed. I mean, this dude now is tied for the 7th most paid quarterback in the NFL, and it's well-deserved. I mean, I think Brock Purdy's a heck of a player, man. I mean, he's really gotten better. Last pick of the draft a couple years ago, he's made it to a Super Bowl. He's been to an NFC Championship game, and who knows what happens in the NFC Championship game if he doesn't have that UCL injury against the Eagles. So, I mean, Brock Purdy, he had a rough season last year when it came to the team success because a lot of injuries occurred on the Niners. But I expect the Niners to be back fully healthy. And Brock Purdy, he's a man that's just trying to get better, continuously getting better. And he improved a lot last year when it came to his scrambling and also being able to stand in the pocket, make throws, and take hits and dissect a defense with his eyes. And I think Brock Purdy's going to make some leaps in 2025. I think we're going to see him. And let's not forget, 2 years ago, he was an MVP candidate. So, like, can we stop saying Brock Purdy is overrated? He's very undervalued. He's a heck of a player. I mean, let's put some respect on this guy's name. I mean, he had 5 games last year with 300 plus yards. He was 7th in QBR. I mean, this dude's a menace, and he's pretty good at completing passes. I mean, throughout his career, 67% completion percentage is pretty dang good. 9,500 yards, 64 touchdowns. I mean, not bad. And I just think it's kind of crazy because, I mean, he's going to be making more in a week this season than he did the last 3 years for this new contract. I mean, when you're the last pick of the draft, you're not making a bunch of money. He wasn't even making $1 million a year. He wouldn't even be making that. So I'm excited to see what the Niners look like and Brock Purdy getting that extension. Obviously, that's an obvious answer for the Niners. You got to pay that man. You have to pay him. And then let's go ahead and hear from ESPN MLB insider Jeff Passan about Pete Rose and shoeless Joe Jackson being removed from MLB's ineligible list. This is a very complex situation, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it right after we hear from Jeff Passan really, really quickly about just what the process will be like for Pete Rose to even get into the Hall of Fame now that he's actually eligible.
Pat, this is an incredibly complicated issue. And let me start off just with what the process is going to look like. If you don't make it into the Hall of Fame after your career as a player, you go to what's called the ERA Committee. And it's a group of 16 people comprised of former executives, Hall of Famers, as well as a few journalists. And they essentially get to decide on a group of players. This past year, for example, Dave Parker and Dick Allen, 2 guys who had been overlooked by the writers, ended up getting voted in by the ERA Committee. With the case of Pete Rose, though, especially, it is just so complicated because you have all of these different elements of his legacy bumping into each other. As a player, Pete Rose is unequivocally a Hall of Famer, 4,256 hits, the most in Major League Baseball history, 20-plus seasons of just incredible baseball. He was, an otherworldly baseball player. He also broke the cardinal sin of baseball, which is do not gamble on games in which you are involved. Did so as a player and a manager as well. Was accused of statutory rape of a girl who, in a sworn statement, said she was 14 or 15 at the time when she had sex with Pete Rose. His retort to that was, I thought she was 16. The interesting thing, though, is going to be Major League Baseball and the Hall of Fame has a character clause. You look at the players who are voted into the Hall of Fame, and it tends to be just based on numbers. But one of the elements that people who are voting are supposed to consider is the character of the person involved. And because it is such a small group of people, Pat, who are voting for this, all it takes is 5 no's. You have to get 75% to get in through the error committee. All it takes is 5 people who think that, what Pete Rose's moral objectionability was should keep him out of the Hall of Fame. And, he's never gotten the chance to get voted in. This is going to be his first chance in December 2027 when the error committee meets next.
Yeah, there's a lot to dive in with that. And I'm first going to say something about the MLB allowing him to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. I just think it's kind of, in my opinion, not right to take him off the ineligible list when he just died. I mean, I would have rather have seen Pete Rose be able to possibly celebrate this accomplishment of him being a Hall of Famer while he is here. I mean, that's kind of where I look at, and I get it. Gambling was frowned upon back in the day, and it still is frowned upon when you're an athlete, like of any professional sport. If you're an athlete, you can't gamble on games within your league. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. We've still seen players get banned from the NBA. Jonte Porter last year got banned from the NBA for gambling. NFL, they suspended Calvin Ridley for betting on games. It's a serious situation still, but you might as well have kept him banned from getting in the Hall of Fame if he broke the integrity of your game. You shouldn't allow him to be in just because he's dead. Just because it's a lifetime ban, I don't think you should take it that literally as like, oh, whenever his life's over, then we can put him in the Hall of Fame. I just think that whole logic is just weird to me. Leave him out. And then also you remove Joe Jackson as well, who fixed a World Series game. I mean, are you really going to allow him to be in the Hall of Fame? He did something completely different than Pete Rose did. Now, Pete Rose, there's no evidence that he ever fixed a game. He bet on his team to win. But Joe Jackson fixed a baseball game in the World Series. And I don't really think those situations are comparable. I think those are guys that you need to leave banned because they didn't hold the integrity of the game. That's the bottom line here. You shouldn't have unbanned Pete Rose, period. We all know, like Passan said, he is a Hall of Fame player, all-time hits leader, okay? Could steal bases, was fast as all can get out, changed the game of baseball. And I wasn't alive for this, but for him to have had such an impact on the game of baseball that he's still being talked about to this day, that's the exact legacy of what you see of Pete Rose. Now, all the antics off the field, I get it. But there are a lot of athletes that are Hall of Famers that weren't really great people. So I think we can just put that aside. I think it's kind of crazy that the Error Committee has this whole character evaluation thing. I'm not really a fan of that. You shouldn't evaluate a player on their character. It should just be based on their play on the field. But this is a complex situation. He cheated, but does that make... Because here's the argument. When it comes to the steroid era, should those players be in the Hall of Fame? And no, they shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. They cheated. But Should they have been banned for baseball for life because they cheated and Pete Rose didn't actually like cheat on the game? He just gambled on the game. I mean, it's a fine line there, but I think regardless of the way you think about it, I don't think Pete Rose should have been unbanned from baseball after he dies. I mean, come on. And I had a feeling that baseball was going to do this. And now let's go ahead and get into this week's play of the week. Let's go. This is not really like a crazy play or anything like that, but I mean, this rivalry with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is just much watched TV. I mean, you have to tune in every time these two play. And they open the WNBA season Saturday, Fever Sky in Indiana. And this is what happened on one of these plays and exchanges with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And after this, we'll get my thoughts on the play.
Rebecca Allen, too strong on a three. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. We know there are always increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark, and Angel Reese is still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese wide open, you knew that Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that foul.
Well, tension's high a moment ago after a hard foul from Caitlin Clark on Angel Reese that Angel took exception to. So initially, Angel pushes Natasha Howard. Caitlin Clark points out the no call. Then she applies a hard foul on Reese. Reese gets up right away to get in the face of Clark. Aaliyah Boston ends up getting between them. You'll see on this angle, the initial part seems okay from Clark, but then there's a shove at the end that I think should be upgraded to a flagrant one.
Yeah, so Caitlin Clark got a flagrant one for fouling Angel Reese when she was going to have a wide open layup. Maybe she missed it, but I don't know. But this is what the WNBA needs. I mean, they need a rivalry, and they've got it. And people are tuning in. People care. And Caitlin Clark, I mean, she might go down as the greatest WNBA player ever. I mean, she had a triple-double, first game of the season. I mean, she's only been in the league for 1 year. And she already ties Candace Parker for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history. She's going to catch Elisa Thomas, who has 15 in her career for the most all time. She's going to catch her eventually. And Caitlin Clark is just so entertaining. Her first shot, logo three. I mean, she's a passer. She's a team player. She is a great player to watch. I love watching her. And in my opinion, this play specifically was a basketball play. But Angel Reese should have gotten the foul call first because she pushed a Fever player in the back before she got the ball. So, like, I don't know. You should have called a foul before that. But I don't think Caitlin Clark was trying to intentionally push Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese might have flopped a little bit because, I mean, I don't think there was that much force, in my opinion, on that play. But from one of the angles, it does look like Caitlin Clark pushed her. But I don't know. This is rivalry. This is whatever you think of it. This is what the WNBA wants and needs. And they're getting it every single time these two play. Every single time. I mean, I have to at least tune in for 2 seconds. And I'm not a big women's basketball fan, but I have to at least tune in. And then the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA draft lottery. They're getting Cooper Flagg. 1.8% chance of winning the number one pick. I mean, that's insane. I mean, this is the fourth lowest to win the number one pick since 1985, behind the 93 Magic, 2014 Cavs, and 2008 Bulls. And even last year, the 2024 lottery, the Hawks won the number one pick, and they had a 3% chance to win the lottery. So this new lottery system, a lot of teams are starting to get a decent team. And to talk about a decent team, I mean, this is not just a decent team that Cooper Flagg is going to be drafted to. When he is on the Mavericks, they're a championship contender. I mean, this is the best position for a number one pick in NBA history. It's not even close. I mean, Cooper Flagg, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, big three when fully healthy in Dallas. That is going to compete for a championship 1,000%. Now, I don't think this saves Nico Harrison's stupidity and his job by trading Luka Doncic, but it definitely buys him a little bit more time. This is the luckiest thing that could have happened to Nico Harrison. He was on the brink of being fired, and now he could possibly save his job by drafting Cooper Flagg. I mean, in Cooper Flagg, you're getting a generational talent. You're getting a 6'10 guard who can handle the basketball, who can just be a great defender, shot blocker. He can score. He's a willing passer. He can do a lot of great things for this basketball team. He is going to open it up for any team he went to. But the Mavericks, dude, I mean, there's no pressure on Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg has the most hype out of anyone number one pick in the last couple of years. But he has no pressure. None. He's not even the best player on his team. So this is phenomenal for Cooper Flagg. This is a great situation for Cooper Flagg. I love it for him. I can't imagine what I don't know, Mavericks fans, how you feeling? I mean, does this make up for Luka being traded? And people want to say the NBA draft lottery is rigged, which whoever says that is ridiculous and out of their mind. They don't know what they're talking about. So don't listen to these people, because the NBA draft lottery is not rigged. It's a very regulated system. I mean, it's hard, it's impossible to rig it. You can't rig it. You had a 1.8% chance. I mean, those odds are immense. And sometimes stuff like this happens. Now, Knicks versus Pacers, Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks versus Pacers. That is going to be a heck of a series. And I know Knicks fans are happy. And I know Knicks fans are happy. And I know I'm happy because I don't have to watch the Celtics in the conference finals. The Celtics. Where are you guys at for the Eastern Conference Finals? Oh, wait. You guys are Celtics fans. Are you you're on the couch, right? Just like me watching my team. Oh, wait. My team's not in it, just like you guys. But I will say, I do feel bad for Jason Tatum. All jokes aside, the game he got hurt, 42 points in game 4. He was balling. I hate that for him. He's such a great player. I hope he comes back better than ever with that Achilles injury. Achilles injuries change players, but I know Jason Tatum will rise to the occasion. He'll be better. But let's go ahead and hear from Mikal Bridges after the Knicks closed out the Celtics, and he was talking about these Knicks fans that are dedicated. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think Josh showed me a video walking here. Guys climbing up light poles and stuff. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. But, great for them. Happy for them. Obviously I'm new here, but just know how much New York loves their sports, and especially the Knicks. So just so excited to be a part of it. And, I mean, they enjoy it for us right now. But obviously we got way more to go. But, happy for them.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming for the New York Knicks. They make the conference finals for the first time since 2000. I mean, we're talking about Patrick Ewing. I mean, that's how long it's been. I mean, it's been a long time coming. And then it's very funny because now the Pacers are in the way. And you get to see this rivalry brought back because these teams in the 90s had so many battles in the conference finals. So many. I mean, I love this matchup. It brings this rivalry back to life. And it was starting to be brought back to life last year in the semifinals. And this series last year went 7 games. So I'm expecting Knicks Pacers to go 7. Now, who am I picking to win this series? Man, this is tough, but I'm going to go with the Knicks. I think the Knicks, they've got what it takes. Now, whether the Knicks, they they, I think, beat the Celtics fair and square. Now, did Tatum get hurt in game 4? Yes. But I think the Knicks were going to lose that game. Or not the Knicks. I think the Celtics were going to lose that game regardless. I mean, the Knicks had full control of that game. They already beat them twice. I mean, they proved that they could be down by any number and come back and win. And Jalen Brunson in the playoffs, he has been something spectacular to watch. I mean, he is very good at drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. And also, this Knicks team is just very good defensively. I mean, they can somehow, some way, just showcase their tough and gritty defense and their hustle. And Josh Hart, I think, is going to be a huge factor in this series. He's had 10 triple-doubles all year, including his triple-double in Game 6 against the Celtics. And I just like the way the Knicks are playing right now. But it's going to be 7 because the Pacers are playing really good basketball. I mean, they have so many pieces, and they have a lot of guys that can get going on offense. First of all, they're the best three-point shooting team in the playoffs. Let's not forget that. They've been really good at shooting the three ball, and that has been an ingredient that I think has hurt the Knicks at times because they prevented the Celtics from hitting all these threes. But with the Pacers, if they have to stop the Pacers at the three-point line if they want to win this series. Bottom line, because this is going to be a physical series. And what I like the most about this series is just that it's just like, I mean, the Knicks and Pacers have just had so many battles in the conference finals. I mean, now a little history, the Knicks have won 2 of the last 3 Eastern Conference Finals matches. Okay? I mean, the Knicks have shown that this year they can hang with anybody. And if you can beat the defending champs, you can beat anybody. But the Pacers have been knocking on the door, and they are coming. They are hungry right now. The Pacers are the first team since 1984 to reach back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals as a 4 seed or worse. I mean, and they also, I mean, it's just, and then the Knicks, they reached the conference finals for the first time since 2000. But besides the point, I think the Pacers' depth and shooting could really just derail the Knicks. But I think the Knicks have a little bit more star power, in my opinion. And that's why I think the Knicks are going to get through this series. And they also have home court advantage. So that is very, very important in the playoffs. And now let's go to Timberwolves and Thunder. The Thunder won by 32 points against the Denver Nuggets in Game 7. I mean, they shut Nikola Jokic down. They held him to 20 points. They were disruptive on the defensive end of the basketball. I mean, Alex Caruso was all over the place. He had 3 steals. SGA had 35. Jalen Williams had 24. This team came ready to play, and they finally got over the hump. And I've been wanting to see that. And the Thunder have proved that they are the best team in the NBA at this current moment. And they're going to have a heck of a series on their hands against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But here's what SGA had to say about the Timberwolves after the Game 7 win.
Nothing at all. We play a really good team in the Timberwolves, and we got to try to beat them 4 times before they beat us 4 times. And that's all I'm worried about, all our team is worried about. Like Dub just said, just trying to be where our feet are in the moment and see what's in front of us and try to attack it and come out on the right end of it. I think that's why we've gotten this far in the season, and we're going to continue to do so.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at 2 teams in this series, the Timberwolves and Thunder, that are top 5 in defense in the playoffs. And I can't wait to see SGA on the conference finals stage. I mean, we've been waiting for it. It's about time. And we're going to get an Anthony Edwards versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander series. This might be the battle for the face of the NBA right now. Honestly. I think it could be. The Thunder are a team that has just been continuously getting experience and proving over and over and over and over and over again each and every year. And I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has really impressed me with his leadership, but also Minnesota has really impressed me too. I mean, they make back-to-back conference finals for the first time in franchise history. I mean, there's a lot to go down in this series. I think the key matchups are going to be obviously SGA and Ant, how those two respond, and also Rudy Gobert and Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren, I think, and also Julius Randle. I think those matchups are going to be key in this series. And I think I'm going to go Oklahoma City to win in 7 games. I think Oklahoma City is built for a 7-game series. And I know they went through a brutal series with Denver. They had a lot of ups and downs in that series. They were down 2-1 at one point, but I think they figured it out. And especially in Game 7, home court advantage. I'll go with the Thunder in 7. I think they'll close it out. I think SGA will go to the NBA Finals for the first time in his career. And I think this is going to be a fun series to watch. But these NBA playoffs were guaranteed a 7th different champion for the first time in NBA history. So that's going to be fun to watch. And since 2019, we haven't had the same NBA champion. So I like the way the NBA playoffs are heading. And my pick for the NBA Finals with these 4 teams left, I'm going to go the Oklahoma City Thunder to win the finals. I think they got the experience. I think they got over the hump, which was the Denver Nuggets. And I think they're going to get it done in this series against the Timberwolves and in the NBA Finals. And they're going to be playing the Knicks, which that's going to be an electric series. SGA in the Garden. Holy crap. That's going to be awesome. But make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment, hit the notification bell, and let me know what you guys think of the NBA playoffs, Pete Rose, the NFL schedule, all that. Let me know what you guys think. But this has been another episode of The Take with Jackson Burleson, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me nice. I'm from another world, baby, yeah. Broadway paradise. They think I'm way too cold, cause I put my